Hello everyone, and welcome back at last to Breath of Fire 2, the episode where we will finally enter the final dungeon. Before we start this off proper, I want everyone in my party to be over 150 HP. And after that, that's for our boss for fighting this episode, we're going to finally see where this well comes into play. This woman called Gigi Cup Gigi Cup, I was corrected on that. Anyways, this is where she finally helps us get the good ending. You have to visit this well at least once and then find her hidden in the village of Goons, and then she'll come here and start babbling about this, thing that kind of looks like the machine that Spooke was after in Highfort. Joining me today is Skyzo. How you doing?
I'm doing well. It's been quite a while, hasn't it?
Indeed. So, I'm not sure if this is outright stated, but oh wait, we have a joke to do. It uses the human soul to power itself up. Who would have known that the Church of Eva had a human resources department?
Well, it was kind of obvious.
Well, anyways, Goner apparently has a severe case of survivor's guilt and PTSD, so despite having just gotten himself out of the soul-sucking church machine, he's gonna plop himself right back into one to help our town fly. Like this! Yeah. What do you think of that, Skyzo?
That's nice. It's a cool animation.
Unfortunately, it's not quite as good as flying on the Nina bird, but oh well. Also, I don't think I mentioned this before, but all of these machines are kind of a reference to the first game. The final dungeon was something called the Flying Obelisk, and in fact, Aspara actually mentions it in one of his party chat dialogues, so cool touch.
That's a nice touch.
And I love Goner's line there. Are you ready? As always, 'cause that's just his life now. He's just a battery.
I can't imagine it must feel good.
So, this thing kinda sucks. I mean, not only is it slow, I can barely land anywhere. I mean, look at how much room. Look at all that room, and I still can't land this thing. Ugh.
Really? You can't land on that white patch of grass?
Nope, it's very finicky. It's finicky enough that you actually can't get the Emperor's Edge via that vehicle. Step inside here for a wisdom fruit, very important for the second to last boss. And yeah, this is important because you're actually gonna lose access to the Great Bird transformation right in this very video, so if you didn't take care of that Emperor's Edge fishing spot, it's a lost forever.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't like it how, sometimes you can miss content permanently in games.
Indeed. Speaking of missable, the game is a little vague on going here next, but Goner does mention the Dark God is draining the forest at gate. I think one of the party members mentions it in party chat, so I guess that's kind of how you're supposed to know to come here. We visited this place earlier, so we could just warp to it like I did there. Uh-oh. They're gonna bomb the dragon, Skyzo. Oh, please don't! No! That's the thing sealing the Dark God! No! Oh boy. Also, what kind of bombs were they using to have it appear all the way from the world map?
I have no idea. Some nuclear bombs, something.
Oh, here come the demons. Man, imagine if the Church of Evrai had just done this from the very start. No need for false religions or anything.
You know, now that you point that out, yeah, that's kind of ridiculous, isn't it? But they can just do this.
Well, I did. The thing is, it does kind of tie into the personalities of all the major villains. I mean, the church father, Habalk, is... well, he's the head priest of an entire religion, so obviously he likes the plan. Barbary, the guy we fought at the very start, he's kind of a noble demon that just wants a good scrap, so he really doesn't care that much one way or the other, and the Dark God himself, he's a bit of a character. He's oh boy. The less said about him, the better, and I mean that in a good way.
Oh, what's wrong with them?
You'll see. For now, let's focus on the fact that Father Hulk apparently knows about Patty. I don't know how he does, but... well, actually, Patty was trying to bring down the Church of Evrai, so it's possible that she kinda got on their naughty list. But she knows about dragons, so she could be helpful here.
Well, all I know is that Patty just sounds like such a silly name.
By the way, here's the final dungeon. Just from a side of it that we can't progress any further. Go here to get the final shaman, and one of the most useful ones because she unlocks a fusion with Lean that skyrockets her speed, which is one of the other ways that you can cheese the final dungeon. The other being the way that I'm going to show because I don't use optional transformations as part of the restrictions. Also, that trippy background, wow.
Well, it's nice that we get a preview of the place, even if we didn't see much.
Yeah. And it's also nice that if you enter here, you can cast the exit spell and exit to the world map entirely, just like that.
Oh, that's nice.
Now then, Patty's hideout, as far as we know, is inside the town of Kodo, or at least that's where the resistance was. I was really kind of wondering how all those other guys are, since we kind of left them at the church. Huh. But anyways, Patty has a bad case of the munchies, and that means go to the Wildcat, but I'm gonna save y'all a lot of trouble. This starts a really long game of Where's Waldo, where you come here, which is on the lower left corner of the globe. You go to Wildcat, which is on the upper left corner. You go to the Thieves' Tomb, which is in the lower right corner of the world. And then the guy, well, they're supposed to tell you to go to Township, but there's an error, even in the original script, that tells you to go to New Haven instead. So this is a part where a lot of players got lost, and a more accurate translation wouldn't have helped. So I'm just gonna tell you, talk to the guy at Kodo, and go straight to Township, and find her here in one of your rooms.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yes.
You know, some of these older games struggled with, getting people lost very often.
Indeed. So, I circumvented a lot of the jank there by having a warp list and by having a flyable town. But remember, the flyable town is only there if you rescued Father Goner from the church's machine. If you just chose to waste him, you would have no options for flight at all. You'd have to go everywhere by foot. or by ocean. It's a little dumb.
Yeah, that's kind of it shows this game's lack of polish on that front.
Indeed. But oh well. Wait, come no farther? Well, okay, there's a dark god, but... how is it talking without a lower jaw? Oh, it speaks into your mind. Duh, I guess. Apparently it can talk. Wonder why it never did so before. Don't think about it too hard.
Maybe it's telepathic.
I know, but what I'm thinking is, why didn't it do this when we were kids?
I have no idea. This game is, I feel like, I don't know, they didn't think things through very much.
They wrote by the seat of their pants, I guess. We all know that. Huh? Uh-oh. Why'd the music cut out? Whoa. Uh-oh. He's evil.
Oh, I smell a boss fight.
Okay. He's one of the loonies. Not only that, but he's Hobulk right here. Get it? Father Hulk, Hobulk. Yeah. It also means he was personally there in the very first episode when he welcomed us into the orphanage. Cold-hearted guy, huh?
Yeah, I'm not sure why he didn't kill us when he was able to.
Like I said, I think he kind of enjoyed the false religion thing. Barbary is kind of apathetic. The final boss is... we'll get to that later. It kind of makes sense if you think about it, but I still would have preferred they at least went over it.
Right.
All I'll say for now is that I like his speech patterns now. When we first met him giving that sermon, he was all somber and serious, pretending to be benevolent and all that. Now he's just a childish sociopath, because he is not putting any fronts up anymore.
Yeah, well, I guess he's over with his facade.
Yep. We did kind of destroy his church, after all.
Yeah.
Also, you'll notice the music placement is, again, much better than it usually is. In fact, you'll remember this as the track that I replaced the Ray scene with when Rand beat up the Paladin.
Right. Yeah, I did notice that the music choice is more appropriate.
Yeah, I do think that the end game... I think they spent more time on the end game than they did on say, the mid game. This really is the high point, I think.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
What does she mean, big brother?
I have no idea.
Oof. It's still really weird to me that this dragon is apparently conscious all this time. I don't know, I'm not sure I like that.
Well, I guess dragons are... I don't know, they're often long-living, at least in folklore.
Alright. Big climactic moment! What do we do? What do we do?
Run away! Run away! Run away!
Yeah, you can just leave. Why not?
Really?
Yep, nothing's stopping ya. You can just go to the Wildcat, go back to Township, do some fishing, whatever your heart's desire. Hobulk will just wait there patiently. until you come back.
Wow, that is so strange. I will say that the editing was on point too. That was pretty funny.
Alright, Skyzo. Are you ready for the most broken boss in the entire game? Even more so than Spooky?
Alright, let's see.
Okay, so first of all, there's Leech Power. Now, all spellcaster-type enemies with a certain AI are afflicted with this, but basically, they're supposed to only try to drain the AP of the one with the most AP when they're at like 25% of their max, or 12.5%, I don't remember which. But the game looks at a 2-byte address instead of a 1-byte address, so this guy has a max of 256. So because the game's looking at a 2-byte address, it thinks his maximum is 0 AP. And it goes that way for all the enemies programmed like him, so 3/4 of the time, he is just gonna do this while we just pelt him to death with Kaiser Dragon. So most of your runs, he is just gonna roll over and die. It's absurd.
Oh. You know, when you said he was broken, I was thinking he was, stronger than this.
Nope. He was supposed to be, and in fact, if he manages to get a spell off, his AoEs are the strongest in the game. To the point where if your party members don't have over 150 HP, they risk getting one-shot, and those attacks hit everyone. They are that strong. So if you don't have Boshed at level 33 with Vitalize, you want to walk in here with Biscuits. In fact, I'm gonna show you how scary this guy can be right now.
Right. Well, it's a shame that the, programming is difficult. It was too difficult for the developers anyway.
And what's really a shame is he's actually supposed to have 4 distinct attack patterns. He has one for 18,500 HP or higher, where he either does AoEs, debuffs, buffs. And then once you reduce him to under 3/4, he has a chance of healing himself with either Cure 2 or Cure 4, and Cure 4 heals all of his HP, even when the amount healed is in the 4 digits. When you reduce him below half, he has a 31% chance of healing, which is really bad. And then when he's reduced to 1/4 of his HP, he will just spam AoEs and debuffs. That's how it was supposed to work, except unfortunately, the game designers made it so that instead of the game checking the HP of whoever's in enemy slot 1, they check the HP of whoever's in player slot 1. That's the difference between address 1040 and address 1440. So, if Ryu has over 1900 HP, he's in pattern 1. If Ryu is between 1250 and 12,7400 HP, it's pattern 2. If Ryu has 625 HP or over, he's in pattern 3, and anything under that is the pattern you're seeing now. It's hilarious.
Right, well, his attacks look really cool, actually. It's kind of like he's summoning meteors your way. And there's also this lightning attack, which is really nice.
Indeed.
I love the animation for his attacks, actually. Pretty cool.
They are. And the semi-final boss has these too, so you get to see more cool animations.
Right, it's too bad, really, that his programming is broken.
I guess. Although the caveat to that is, if you really want to see him casting white magic, you can raise Dees to like level 80 or something. She's the only one that can get over 625 HP.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, Yeah, like, it's just a bummer to me that had he been programmed correctly, you wouldn't have those fights where he just rolls over and dies. And it'd be another exercise in HP thresholds, like with Quadra, where we wanted to be very careful to only do certain amounts of damage so we could leapfrog the troublesome phases. But instead, we just beat him to death.
That's one way to word it.
Yeah. Well, we breathe fire on him until he burns to ash.
Yeah, actually, it's kind of crazy how strong the dragon attack is. It was like a 3-shot. It's crazy.
It's like I've mentioned before, like, you can try to put limitations on yourself, but at some point, the game is just gonna break if you know how to play it. It's just a matter of when it does. It's why I didn't put too many restrictions besides banning the stuff I needed strategy guides for.
Right, yeah, but, like, I don't know, man. Like, doing 1,000 damage a turn, and the guy's, like, 3-shot, and he's, like, one of the final bosses. Like, what were they thinking?
I don't know, maybe they just really wanted to make sure you'd win? And to be fair, he only does the 1,000 if you're at full HP each time, so it's helped slightly by the fact that I'm super low level. Anyways, let's talk about something cool. We get a yes or no prompt that actually matters this time. We're gonna see one of the game's 3 endings right now.
Oh, this is probably one of the worst endings?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Alright.
Love the music. Also, do you know why your dragon's tier is like red? That usually means they hate you. But I know for a fact this character doesn't.
Right. Oh, you can choose to fight him? I'm guessing that's the ending.
Or we can just wait for him. You know, we destroyed the religion. He's not dead, but he's not getting out for a while, if he ever does at all. Yeah, see, it's fine. It's cool. Right? Uh-oh.
Right, well, I don't like how the dragon doesn't have a name.
Well, it's your mom. She, I don't know if they confirmed this outright yet, but she transformed into a dragon to guard the gate, so Evanth couldn't get out.
Oh.
So she's Valerie.
I see. That explains things.
Uh-oh. Look at that guy in the center. Is that the Dark God?
Looks like it. I like this graphic.
Indeed. And if you look down the middle, you can actually see Barbary at the, bottom middle. Nice touch.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Whew. I don't really recognize the other monsters on the left and right, though. Those are a mystery to me. Maybe they're one of the final regular enemies. Anyways, we're not gonna choose that ending. We're just gonna fight him now. I mean, not now, but in like 2 to 3 episodes or so.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, okay. Here's where they confirm that it's Ryu's mom, I think. But wait. Hold on. Skyzo, they said that the life of a dragon needed to be sacrificed in order to open these gates. No one's died, though. How is she gonna release it?
Wow, that is a really strange animation.
She also has wings. What's the sweat drops for? And why is she saying farewell?
I'm guessing she's gonna sacrifice herself.
Oh. Another important character dying. Man, they are dropping like flies at this part of the game.
Yeah.
Well then, here we are. Final dungeon.
You know, that's very nice. I'm curious what the enemies here look like.
Indeed. Also one of the few places where I liked the old translation name better, Infinity, rather than Abyss Tower, even though it's called Infinity because they swapped it with one of the spells we're gonna get here, but I'll get into that later. At any rate, tomorrow, on the next episode, we are going to cheese this dungeon and turn what is usually one of the most infamous dungeons for how long it is into a cakewalk. Join me next time to see how I accomplish this. And no, I am not talking about Kaiser Dragon. See you all next time, and I'm not talking about Banish either. God bless.
Oh, interesting. Well, I'll catch you all later then.
Bye.